Do you remember the mall?
Security guard. Excuse me. Excuse me. Someone's head was 79. I zoomed in on her butt. Okay, look at this car. How much is the sticker price? Oh, $19,000. Okay, where else are we going?
At one point, if you can believe this, between the 70s and 80s, there were over 5,500 malls in the United States. As of 2025, there's about 1,200 left, and by 2028, probably going to be about 900 or less. There used to be a point in time, these were the cornerstones of our lives. The 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, especially the 80s and 90s. These were massive. It's how we did so much of everything. It's how we found unique gifts. Now they're slowly dying. In their prime, a mall, what you would consider a super regional mall, could see 20 to 40,000 visitors in a single day. That's just a weekday. On a Saturday, for example, 60 to 120,000 visitors. During the holidays, you could see up to 300,000 people in a single day in a mall. But now, they're ghost towns. It's the weekend at the Galleria in St. Louis, in between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Empty. When I was growing up, this place would be packed before it even opened. People cramming into the stores to get deals for Black Friday, or just to start their Christmas shopping and find something interesting. Every mall has anchor stores. Anchor stores are the big department stores, Macy's, Dillard's, Nordstrom. Back in the day, Sears, home of the Sears catalog, if you remember that. When these anchor stores leave, it's usually a sign of the end for the mall. The reason malls are dying isn't really a surprise. It's an ironic twist of fate that the malls that brought products from around the world and put them all in one place and in effect killed Main Street mom and pop businesses in America is dying to online retail, which brings all of these products from around the world and puts them in our homes at a click of a button. Now, I am definitely not saying that people should give up on online retail and go back to the mall. That would be ridiculous. The ease of online retail, the ability to pull down prices because they don't have to maintain a physical property to sell stuff from, there's no beating it. But I do feel like something is lost, not being able to go to these places that were designed to be social hubs for people to bring their families. Parents wouldn't need babysitters because the mall was an enclosed, safe space. Obviously, things have changed. Life has changed. The nature of crime has changed. And the malls stopped being safe places. So online retail is now that safe place. But my nostalgia still misses malls in their prime.
Davis is accused of killing man in the back of a vacant Subway restaurant in the empty food court of Gwinnett Place Mall, leaving her body there. It was there for at least 2 weeks before a maintenance man discovered it.
Those shots rang out just before 4 this afternoon at the Tanforan Mall in San Bruno.
Shoppers are not feeling safe these days in the parking garages or shopping inside the Galleria Mall. Recent shootings and widely reported crimes have a lot of them reconsidering bringing their families there. But is crime actually increasing?
Tonight, we're learning new details about the man killed in a mall parking lot in Federal Way on Wednesday.
Breaking now at 11 o'clock, gunfire erupting inside the Westfield Valley Fair Mall in San Jose on one of the busiest shopping days of the year.
I get it. So we can't go backwards. Despite my nostalgia, there is a trend. And yes, crime rates are going down, but the types of crime are becoming more bold. Obviously, these were violent crimes, but just basic theft. People walking into stores, grabbing a bunch of stuff and just walking out because they are not allowed to be tackled and things like that. There's a movement with a lot of stores to go dark. If you haven't heard that term, it's where they close their doors to the public. And you can only place an order for whatever it is you need to get, groceries, clothing, electronics items, from an online app. And then they have professional shoppers go in, pick the order for you, put it together, deliver it either to your car or for pickup out front. But you are no longer allowed to go into the store. And so long as these types of crimes continue to escalate, malls in particular are going to be impacted tenfold more than any box store because there's so many stores in a single spot and you can't do anything to stop them. You're not allowed to because they can sue you, which is insane. So I get it. We can't go backwards. I can't really help but think about when I used to live in Rhode Island, the arcade mall there, the second and third floor. I couldn't figure out what was going on up there until I saw this news broadcast.
So welcome to the teeny tiny shoebox apartment inside the arcade. There are lots of others in the building just like this. So mine is about 250 square feet. There's a walkway right in front of the facade because this used to be a shop front. And so people had to access all of the shops in the building.
While malls across the U.S. are facing store closures and empty parking lots, some are finding a new life from an unlikely source. We are here at the Arcade Mall in Providence, Rhode Island, the oldest indoor shopping mall in the country. The arcade had long been a center point in Providence's bustling downtown, but like other malls, it fell on hard times and was completely vacant. But rather than letting this historic building fall into ruin, developers came in and decided to build 48 micro lofts here on the second floor and up here on the third floor.
But there are other ideas too. For example, when I was down in Georgia, just got to the Starcourt Mall. Doesn't look like it's open though. Wow. I've never seen an empty mall before. There's definitely a filming crew here. Is it for Stranger Things or Black Adam though? I don't know which one's which. And why not? Mall, a vacant mall, is great real estate for filming. Why wouldn't you use it? If you just think about those big empty stores, you could do. Obviously, they were doing movies and a streaming show, Stranger Things and Black Adam, at the same mall. But if you just had a sitcom and you just needed to dress up a living room, you have a permanent spot, you got it, boom, you shut it at the end of the day, come back, you open it back up. You don't have to do anything additional with set dressing. There's a lot of things that you can do with the space of a mall. I particularly like the living situation one. I would 100%, if a mall were available for me to live in as a retiree, I would do it. Because you could put an urgent care off on one end of the mall. It's climate controlled, mall walking. It means something when you get older and you need to get out and walk, but then the weather's bad and you don't want to slip on ice. We have a climate controlled area to walk. For a retiree neighborhood, it's almost like a gated community, but maybe better. And then you include some of the other stuff, like things that you would be interested in, game shops, hobby shops. Sometimes they have movie theaters there, and you could just show rerun movies. In my age and demographic, it'd be like 70s, 80s, and 90s movies. So there's so much that you could do there. And then if you do have a family get together, well, the food court is designated as a group area to eat. So you have your family over for Thanksgiving, and you and a bunch of other families. It's like, I think about it, and there's so much that you can do with it. I just hope that we don't default to just destroying the space because they exist. You don't have to pay the building costs. I feel like there's a way to save at least some of them. Maybe not all, but I feel like there's ways to save some of them. This mall is packed. Holy crap.